Welcome to iDiscover. Today we're counting down our picks and give you the most secret travel tips for the popular countries in Asia in 2023.
If you also want more secret travel tips, then be sure to subscribe to iDiscover and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
For this list we're looking at the most fascinating, unique, and trendy countries in Asia. Discover some hidden gems, and learn some secret tips on what to put on your bucket list. When making your 2023 travel plans, this is the list you may want to consider. The first country to be explored is Cambodia. Cambodia slowly recovers from centuries of colonialism, wars, and the brutal Khmer Rouge regime of the 70s. Despite this long-lasting oppression, its popularity is increasing due to its beautiful beaches, the many interesting historic sites, and the rich cultural heritage. Set alongside the glittering Gulf of Thailand, the Kingdom of Cambodia is surrounded by Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. In the center of this fairly flat country, the Mekong River and the massive Tonle Sap Lake are dominating the landscape. Thick tropical forests, high plateaus, and a couple of rugged mountain ranges in the west and north. Cambodia has scenic beaches and offshore islands, all waiting for you to discover. Once known as the Paris of the East, because of its fine French colonial architecture, Phnom Penh is a must-see in Cambodia. Visit the absolutely stunning Royal Palace and do not miss the Silver Pagoda. It is a very poor country on the whole. Most of its population resides in rural villages and remote countryside towns, with Battambang and Siem Reap being the other two main cities of note. Cambodia has an incredible jungle-coated complex of temples to be explored. The most important ones are the temples of Angkor. UNESCO has designated the entire site as a World Heritage. For Instagram photoshoots, arrive before dawn to catch the beautiful sunrise over this magnificent structure. An insider tip. Amble around another important and extremely beautiful archaeological site, called BANTEAY SREI. This Hindu temple is cut from stone of a pinkish hue, and includes some of the finest stone carving anywhere on earth. By many it is considered to be the jewel in the crown of Angkorian art. When you still have time left, indulge yourself in the Cambodian culture, and visit the Tonle Sap Lake's floating villages. Maybe end your vacation relaxing on the beautiful beach at Sinicville, at one of Cambodia's premier seaside resorts. Indonesia is the largest archipelago on Earth, and a very fascinating and diverse country to explore. It has a staggering array of customs, many cuisines to taste, and a large variety of cultures for you to delve into. Located in Southeast Asia, the Emerald of the Equator lies in between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Sprawling across a huge area, it encompasses some 17,000 islands. The largest of which are Sumatra, Java, and Borneo. The smallest, but yet by far the most visited one, is Bali. Its teeming cities and towns bustle with life. The almost endless amount of secluded beaches, the lush rainforests, and stupendous natural sights never lie far away. Indonesia's capital is Jakarta. Extremely chaotic, and one of the largest cities in the world. A congested, concrete-clad place that nonetheless has some brilliant shopping, dining, and nightlife for you to enjoy. The seaport of Surabaya, and the Highland University town of Bandung, are two of the country's largest and liveliest destinations, worth to visit. Most people however prefer instead to head to the idyllic island of Bali. Renowned for its lovely beaches, laid-back atmosphere, and lush rice paddies. Canggu's beaches, and UBUD's temples and caves, attract lots of visitors. Our insider tips are to head out to the Leka Leka waterfall. Hike the secluded ridge walk. Take photos on a big swing above the rice paddies. Breathe in the surf vibes at one of the many trendy surf clubs. And visit the monkey forest, where cheeky monkeys run around in their natural habitat. The unspoiled island of Lombok is an increasingly popular alternative to Bali. Towering mountains, awesome waterfalls, the lively ethnic markets, and the tranquility are among Lombok's many charms. If you want unspoiled places to visit, consider a hike up the non-commercialized and unique mighty Mountain RINJANI, which rises more than 3,700 meters above sea level, or scuba dive to explore the magnificent coral reefs on the tiny Gili Islands. A cheap flight from Lombok will take you to Java. Once arrived, visit the artistic and cultural heart of the island, and discover the bustling town of Yogyakarta. Not to be missed out on are the nearby temple complexes of Borobudur and Prambanan. An incredible experience, where tourism is still very low. That being said, we now go to the land of the ascending dragon.
Hang in there. More travel secrets are coming up, right away.
Are you ready to explore Vietnam? To the east of Cambodia lies a beautiful gem. heavily burdened by wars, foreign occupations and civil discord in the 20th century. Despite all this, the country has emerged in recent decades as a reunified nation. The colonial towns, the modern cities, new-build beach resorts, traditional villages, archaeological sites, and other worldly islands, all seem to appeal to the many tourists that find their way to this beautiful green country. From the lush rice terraces and forested mountains in the north, to the picturesque valleys of the Central Highlands, and the fertile delta and beautiful beaches of the south. Ho Chi Minh, formerly known as Saigon, is the biggest city in all of Vietnam. It's also the old capital of the Republic of Vietnam. When in 1975 Saigon fell, the city was renamed to Ho Chi Minh. Yet its former name is still used today, particularly when describing the beating heart of the city. Temples, museums, parks, and tourist shopping. Whatever your interests, you'll find something to do here. What we certainly recommend is heading to the top of the Saigon Skydeck. The astonishing 360-degree view of the city is especially impressive at night, when the lights twinkle on below. Nestled for 1,000 years beside the Red River is Vietnam's capital, Hanoi. Now becoming a vibrant scenery with skyscrapers, pagodas, modern hotels, restaurants, museums, and nightclubs, it hasn't lost its evocative charm, unique cultural identity and inherent traditions. To this day it is still regarded as one of Asia's loveliest cities. Remnants of the French Indochina era, shaded parks, inner-city lakes, tree-lined boulevards and elegant colonial villas, are especially evident in this former Paris of the Orient. Hanoi is also renowned for its street food, some of the world's finest. Atmospheric cafes, arts culture and excellent museums, and beyond this, it is the gateway for Halong Bay. Halong Bay is a must-see to believe, a misty and unearthly-like travel destination, which should be on everyone's bucket list when visiting Vietnam. It's one of the planet's most spectacular natural wonders, and a World Heritage Site shown on many photos, and pictured in many movies. More than 2,000 limestone islands and islets magically rise out of the emerald-hued waters in northern Vietnam. A tip to avoid the crowds in this highly popular destination is to sail onto the extraordinarily and beautiful Lan Ha Bay. It's relatively new to tourism and offers a more remote and tranquil voyage. In addition to the equally stunning scenery of its illustrious neighbor, Lan Ha is home to dazzling coral beaches and Cat Ba Island, a nature wonderland of rugged mountains and primeval rainforests, perfect for trekking and spotting diverse flora and fauna. From Vietnam to Siam. What in 1939 became Thailand. A beautiful and very colorful collection of animated scenes. It compresses bustling modern cities crowded with motorbikes and tuk-tuks. With Buddhist temples tended by orange-robed monks, hill tribes selling handicrafts, ancient ruins, and many stunning coastlines peppered with gorgeous beaches and blue lagoons. This captivating portrait explains why Thailand is Southeast Asia's most popular travel destination. And despite the heavy flow of tourism, Thailand retains its quintessential identity, with its own unique culture and history. Therefore Thailand is named the country of the eternal smile. Most visitors start their itinerary in Bangkok. High-rise buildings, sacred temples, floating markets, sizzling nightclubs, and congested streets, lined with street vendors, hawking cheap souvenirs and exotic foods. The best way to describe Thailand's capital. If there's one must-see sight in Bangkok, it has to be the magnificent Grand Palace, the capital's most famous landmark. Welcoming around 8 million tourists annually, it's one of the world's most frequented tourist attractions. The Emerald Buddha Temple, or Wat Phra Kaew, is the stunning highlight. Thailand's most sacred Buddhist site houses the highly revered Emerald Buddha. Carved from a single block of jade, it dates back to the 13th century. Bangkok is also famous for its floating markets, sometimes referred to as the Venice of the East. To top it all off, you can find delicious street food everywhere. But if you want to experience this with the flair of a Michelin-starred restaurant, then go wait in line at the most famous one, J5. The first street food restaurant to be rewarded a Michelin star. Founder, master chef and owner is Junchuda. Passionate, extremely driven, and close to 75 years old. She's especially known for her crab omelette, and always wearing goggles when cooking her famous dishes. Cities in the north such as Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai are gateways to mountain trekking, wildlife, outdoor adventure and ethnic tribes. Nestled in Thailand's mountainous north, Chiang Mai is a popular tourist hotspot for many reasons, one of which is its multitude of historic Buddhist wats or temples. Your absolute must-see temple, however, is Wat Phra That, one of Thailand's holiest Buddhist sites. It rests on top of DOI SUTHEP mountain. The impact this temple will have on you, and the view over the valley, is the steep climb of the 300 steps more than worth. For handcrafted souvenirs, local flavors, or a taste of Thailand's best, you go to the Old City on Sunday evening. Indulge yourself in the culture and the delicious street food that is being served around the many old temples. Walking Street is the place where tourists and locals mix, sit back and relax. More to the north of Chiang Mai, you find Chiang Rai. There the very beautiful White Temple can be found. If you go up there, take the time to visit the hill tribe villages of Nong Lai. Here the longnecks still live according to the old traditional lifestyle. The south is home to Thailand's remarkable island paradises of Phuket and Koh Samui. The many gorgeous beaches and luxurious 5-star resorts offer a welcoming place to relax and unwind from the busy streets of Bangkok. If you're into tattoos, certainly go to Koh Samui. The world-renowned artist Mr. Bond still places tattoos according to Sakyant ritual, using only ink, a hammer and bamboo. Thailand has something on offer for everyone. From exploring magnificent ruins to premier scuba diving, blazing nightlife, shopping malls, night markets, family amusement parks and luxurious spas, to elephant rides, and zip lining in the jungle. After this tingling ride through Thailand, we now cross the Chinese Sea and arrive in the number one country, Japan. Massive modern cities and atmospheric old temples. Iconic landscapes, a delicious cuisine, and fascinating pop culture. This sums up what this amazing travel destination is all about. It really is a country like no other. Offering up an intriguing mix of old and new, the enormous island country certainly has something for everyone to enjoy. Catalyzing traditions and new technologies to be explored, alongside historic shrines and soaring skyscrapers. If you only have time for one Japan destination, make it Kyoto. Before being sucked up by the frenetic and fast-paced Tokyo, the cultural capital of the country welcomes you to all its gorgeous temples, palaces, and gardens. This is traditional Japan as you imagined it, geisha in brightly colored kimonos, emerging from wooden tea houses. Forests of bamboo, temples and shrines in gold and silver, and scarlet raked gravel Zen gardens. Kyoto is one of the top Japan tourist spots. Try to visit the popular temples early in the morning, as they do get crowded. If Kyoto is the heart of traditional Japan, Tokyo is its ultramodern counterpart. It is the largest city of the country, world's most populous metropolis, and the capital of Japan. Here visitors can find not only an almost endless array of excellent restaurants and interesting neighborhoods to explore, but all kinds of scenic streetscapes and tourist attractions that include the Sensoji Temple, the Tokyo Tower, and the Toyosu Market. The other two main cities that people head to in Japan are Hiroshima, for its moving museums and memorials, and the dynamic Osaka, which is the best place to eat, drink, and party in Japan. We can certainly advise you to hop on the bullet train to Okayama. It is off the beaten track and a great place to visit in Japan. This modern city is home to one of the best gardens in the country and is especially beautiful in Sakura season. Here you can enjoy the cherry blossoms without the crowds of Kyoto or Tokyo. Aside from the iconic and unmissable Mount Fuji, many head out to ski Hokkaido's snow-clad mountains, or hike along age-old pilgrim paths. To get back home after your travel to Japan, Okinawa's beautiful beaches are certainly the best spot to relax and return from an experience like no other. After seeing this, you now know why Japan is the number one country in Asia. A hidden gem, waiting to be explored. Are you up to it?
Do you agree with our picks? Then check out other clips from iDiscover. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified. Because very soon we'll reveal more new travel secrets, just for you.